Hi everyone. Well, this is a little video which I'm doing on the request of my friends from UK and Canada in order to bring some expertise and opinion about the Cambridge Analytica case, according to my humble view. Well, as you know, Mark Zuckerberg has been interviewed by the US Congress, and it was very interesting because this interview has brought to the light all the issues which are raised by the digital social networks, and especially concerning privacy. It has bring privacy, well, online privacy issues to an unprecedented level, which shows all the all the question raised by the use of and processing of our data, and how Facebook is making money with us, and how a company like Cambridge Analytica can have access to this data in order to shape and profile ourselves and influence political election, which it has influenced the US political election, and we can also wonder if it has an impact on other elections, like the French election as well. Well, having said that, it seems, considering the question raised by the US senators, that there is an awareness now about the question and the importance of protecting privacy at the American level, in order to avoid that people's data are being used without their consent. I think that there is an awareness about the complete information of people about the use companies are going to be doing on their data, especially Facebook, but Google and any other GAFA. Well, the question of consent implied that the people receive proper information about which data are collected, for which use, how long they're going to be processed for, how long they're going to be stored, and who's going to have access to my data and for what use. These issues are being brought to an unprecedented level, and you could tell by the questions of the US senators that I think they're getting inspired by the European legislation and concept of privacy, and seriously considers that the concept of privacy in the US now should possibly include now the level of restriction and protection offered by the European legislation. I think we could have some surprise with a bill being initiated very soon, which would maybe reproduce some of the European concepts, such as right to be forgotten, or privacy by design, or privacy by default, which are laid down in the GDPR. But also, I think the whole question of these devices talking to each other, and all these logs and what they say about us, and how we are attached to these devices, and how long these logs can be stored, and what they tell us about our use of these devices, will be challenged with the concept of right to be forgotten, and the concept of deleting these data as well. And all these new issues are booming at the moment, where everybody's talking about artificial intelligence and robots, and where data are booming everywhere. So in this environment, in this context, it appears that the need for privacy is a serious question. The question of consent of people about the use of their data, and the full information of people about what we're going to do about that data, are raising now. So let's see how it gets. Let's see what the future holds. And no doubt that even if Facebook has moved some data of people which are not in European Union right now, so that they can escape the legislation of GDPR, to be applied the US legislation that Mark Zuckerberg considers more soft, well, I think things may change and that the US may implement a similar legislation with similar concept, which will now make these datas of non-EU citizens enjoying the same level of protection very soon. Let's hope for that, because the incredible development of technologies and information technologies and artificial intelligence request more protection of people over the data. See you soon. Let's share. And if you have any comments, well, feel free to comment. Cheers.